take you to your Christmas 2025 and all the things that came true for you in 2025. So I want you to just settle back, sit quietly, take some deep breaths, become aware. Become aware of your current presence. Today's a special day. Every day is Christmas. You're on this side of the grass, and for some, when you're no longer on this side of the grass, maybe you received the greatest present of all. But for now, we're going to be on this side of the grass. We're going to go to your sanctuary. So settle in, take a deep breath. With each exhale, going deeper and deeper into peace, into the space. And in just a moment, we're going to transport ourselves to the hallway of your sanctuary. And this is the place where you access all of the information, all of the guidance, where your prayers are created and your prayers are answered. Each breath going deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed, more at peace, more becoming present in this moment. And I'll count down from 3 to 1. And when we get to 1, you'll be in your hallway of your sanctuary. 3, 2, 1. You're now in your hallway of your sanctuary, feeling more peace, more at ease, more comfortable, more ready, fully aware of all of your capabilities and capacities. And as you enter into the great hall of your sanctuary, filled with peace, filled with comfort, filled with confidence, you look up and you see on the calendar, it says December 25th, 2025. And a great joy flows over you as you begin to look back into your year, into your ideas, into all the things you've been able to create in this past year of 2025. You remember December of last year, you made your decision to put your goals in place. You made your commitment to yourself to keep track of your success, to move yourself into a new level of accountability. You wrote out your goals. You remember putting time and effort into your definite major purpose. And you feel the result of it now. You look back at your January, and January was a bit of a challenge. Lots of good things happened in January, and you remember that. And there were some tweaks that needed to be done with your personal story and your personal belief. And that was the month you did the hard work. You did the work of gratitude every day, took some discipline, you put the effort in, you saw results, and some of the results were pretty amazing. And you wondered, how am I going to get to my goal? And then you would remember that it's about vibration and it's about your frequency you expand upon. And you started to expand and allow your identity to grow. You got better at your vision casting. You understood what it was what it took to make the definite decision. And January was a good month. Some new identities of yourself became apparent. Some capabilities and capacities of yourself became apparent. Some latent talent, hidden talents that you had became wildly usable. In January, with all the bumps that you got, turned out to be a very good month. And then February started. February started, and you were excited about the possibilities. You just came off a month where you've done some things you've never done before, received some things you've never had before, and you started to walk into February asking yourself, could it be this simple that what I think about and think about, I literally bring about? And you started to wonder, are my thoughts that powerful? Then you instantly heard your answer. February, you began already ahead of the curve. You were able to do in the first week of February what you did in all month of January. And you're kind of blown away. This hasn't become the normal yet. It's looking like it could be the normal. So we start to move into the process, and you keep going. February is turning out to be the best month in a long time. And you keep going, and then self-doubt showed up. You remember that specifically, that doubt showed up going, it can't be this easy. And you had some conversations with some key folks in your life, and you remembered, I'm worthy of my success. They reminded you of how valuable this journey is you are taking. You are on your hero's journey, and you are not willing to give up. And you keep going, and it keeps getting better. The end of February comes, and you look back, and you're overwhelmed just a little bit by what you've been able to do for yourself. Very fully, kind of JM3 yourself. And you say, you know what? I did it. I'm doing it. And then March starts. Spring's around the corner, for depending upon where you live. The rains are coming and things are happening. Things are starting to grow. You've planted some incredible seeds, and they're starting to take root. You're starting to see the efforts of the things you did in 2022 and you did in 2023 and you worked on in 2024. You're starting to see those seeds starting to sprout. Some aren't doing it fast enough, and others, there's places growing in your life that you weren't sure you planted it there. And so March continues. Couple of little setbacks. But once they were over, you realized, that was truly the set up. You heard that phrase 100 times. Every setback is a setup. And you realize this was a change the way you do things, and the things you do change things. There's just a slight adjustment. And with that slight adjustment in March, again, another catapult of success took place. Then April starts, And you kind of have a special giggle on April Fools in 2025. You remember that because people thought you were fooling. They didn't know this was the new you, the new trajectory, the new vision of you. And you had a giggle with it. And you continued focused on your definite major purpose, allowing yourself to become ready for the love. That thing that you've been struggling with or trying to reach, all of a sudden you see you crossed the bridge. And in your service of people, your business continues to grow. You learned how to be of service to them, not the servant for them. And April takes you to a whole nother level. Midway through the month, you did almost what you did in the first quarter. Think about that. You were able to leverage, to keep things in play, to keep people's attention, to keep the residual going. And by mid-April, your business is growing. Your value to those around you is increasing. You're becoming more valuable to valuable people. And April is shaping up to be an absolutely brilliant month. May comes along and you're ready. You're kind of stepping into this saying, okay, I'm doing this. You remember that you've been using your chakras to accept the advancements that you've been stepping into. Your crown chakra, you understand right now, you even understand the success that you've granted to yourself. Your third eye, your vision casting is becoming high def, full color vision casting. Right now, you have an idea about where you want to go in 2026, and you're looking at it, and you see it in high definition. Every single button and stitch and thread and seam on all of the things that you want. Be it the house, you see the shingles on the roof, you see the lines of the house, the curtains and the windows. You see the grass, the lines in the grass being cut as the mowers go back and forth. You can smell the fresh cut grass. Whatever it is, you can do it now in high def. You've worked on that. And you remember May of 2025 was the month you really were able to tune into your high definition dreams. Your vision casting has become phenomenal. Almost a little bit scary because you're having deja vu after deja vu after deja vu. And I dreamed this. Did I dream this or did I really experience this? You're at a level of experience that the vibration in the universe mimics your dreams. And May is an incredible month. You have a little vacation you didn't expect. You go off and you have this wonderful little journey, a little quick 3-day vacation that is just what you needed to recharge. You weren't tired. You just needed a little bit of a reset at this new level that you're operating at. And you accept this new awareness, this new opportunity of continued success. The end of May comes and somebody new steps into your life. This new person is another catalyst to help build your business. They seem like long lost friends. They're in tune with what you want to do. They're in tune with what you are doing. And together, it's not just 1 + 1. It's a multiplication of capabilities and capacities. And all of a sudden, you're thinking about what happened in June, and it kind of blew your socks off. Typical that in the summer months, people start to slow down just a little bit or change pace just a little bit. Not you. You didn't really work harder. You're now understanding the work smarter in June, and you feel it. You even did some traveling as your business expanded. And then along comes July, and your business is almost on autopilot. You've set the standard, you've set the mission, you've created the vision, the ripple effect. You now understand the ripple effect. July is the month your ripple effect really kicked it into high gear. The way your business is growing, the way you're able to expand your income, it's phenomenal. People are telling your story, people are expanding your vision, and they're doing it in the best way. And people are excited. They're building their business. They're helping create your vision. They're building their vision. July was just amazing. And as your business continues to expand domestically, now internationally, it's powerful. And that little voice creeps in again. Am I really worthy of this? And before you get the period at the end of that statement, your highest and best version of you says, huh, isn't that interesting? 6 months of continued success, and that little voice showed up. We love that little voice because we get to answer it with total commitment, total clarity, and total love. Yes, we are worthy. Because in July, you start to remember all of the people that you've helped, the donations that you've made, the surprises that you've given to different charities or shelters. And it becomes apparent that you have created the flow of, as things come in, you are simply a temporary holding place of the joy and the energy, and you express it and expand it into your universe. Your bank account continues to grow. Your retirement continues to grow. The debt you had is completely paid off. And you feel this. And this is because in December 2024, you said yes to you. You said, I am enough. And now in July of 2025, you're like, oof, I didn't know I was this much of enough. And I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more love. I'm ready to give more love. And so August comes along and you decide to take that 2-week vacation. Wherever it was you wanted to go, it was a surprise for your family. And you take the step and off you go. You go on this vacation that is absolutely incredible. And it surprises even you how amazing it is. Maybe it was that all-inclusive resort you wanted to go to. Maybe it was the river cruise, or dream about it. And as you're on this 2-week vacation, recharging, resetting, rekindling relationships, creating lifetime memories, you surprise your family with the Christmas trip. telling them that December 2025, we're going to go take this amazing experience. Maybe it's with your kids and it's a theme park that you've always dreamed about going. And whatever the trip is, it's the vibration and the energy that has you excited. So you come back from your vacation in August and you have the rest of the month and you plug back in and kind of never unplug because your vision and your mission was so clear, kind of just stepped back into the flow. Everything continuing to grow, you're doing your numbers. And you run the math and you think, I'm ahead of where I was the last 2 years combined. Is it possible? And you run the numbers again and you check the bank account and you look at, am I paying how do I have this much money? And the answer is you hear it clear in your head, because you love the world and the world loves you. So you keep going and you create some new ideas and some new plans in August for September, and September continues to grow. And you have the most amazing month in September and you're like, this can't last. And that voice inside you says, I am forever. This can last. And the biggest challenge as you enter into September is realizing you were the delay. All of this always existed. It has come effortlessly to you as you enter into the vibration and understanding, and keep your definite major purpose clear and in front of you, and tweaking it and updating it and making sure it serves your deepest whys. And October comes and November is amazing. And here you are, December 25th, 2025, looking back on your year, having surpassed your goal. And you look back at it and you say, it's as important to give as it is to receive. But I can't give unless I receive first. And so your biggest transition that you look back is, I allowed myself to receive, to be independent of the good opinion of other people, to be independent of the aggravated opinion of other people. I learned to love with every step. I learned to give with every look. I learned to receive with every breath of my life. And you ask yourself, what's another big lesson that I learned in 2025? And as you're hearing me ask that question, you hear something new. You hear something different. Almost a message from yourself. The thing I learned most in 2025 was, and that's the clue that helped launch your January. That thing you've learned most from your efforts and energies and vision casting of 2025 becomes very clear right now. So you take that message, you take that lesson, and you begin to weave that into your daily actions, starting right now, starting on this Christmas Day. And you thank yourself. You thank all of the energies and the folks who helped you along the way. And know that you can come back to this moment anytime that you choose. And remember the feeling, the vibration of the success you've created, the success you've poured into others, and that's flowed into you. I'm going to do a countdown in just a moment, and we're going to enter back into your sanctuary and then come back to this moment in time, healthier than you've ever been before, getting better and better every day in every way. 3, 2, 1. You're in the hallway of your sanctuary, feeling alive, filled with joy, filled with this vision that you've just cast for your 2025 and spoken it into existence as if it's already done. 3, 2, 1. We're back to this moment in time in the current place you are, healthier than you've ever been before, getting better and better in every way and every day, feeling more alive, more focused, more in tune with yourself, more aligned with your vision, ready for all that you have. Merry Christmas. Good morning. Take a big breath. Look for things that are red around you. Activate your prefrontal cortex. And welcome home. Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas. What'd you learn? What'd you like? Any ahas? Any oh my goodnesses? Good
Good morning, Sean. Merry
morning,
Christmas.
Silky. Merry Christmas.
This was amazing. This gave me more of a vision of how to start creating, because I've been like, how am I going to even start? Because I have to start all the way at the bottom again. Not totally at the bottom, but at the bottom of one leg, if that makes any sense. Makes sense to you, certainly. So yeah, I mean, just yes, thank you so much for this, because now it makes more sense. I was thinking I shouldn't be struggling in January. I should know exactly where I'm going. And I haven't quite figured that out yet, exactly how my January is going to look. Does that
So
make sense?
absolutely. And if you listen to the words your subconscious is letting you use, there's a lot of how, which is strategy. And there is no strategy that gets you, there's no strategy you're aware of that gets you to your 2025 goal. The only thing you have complete and utter control over, and this is for all of us, is the thoughts we create. And the challenges is when we've been wired for the strategy. If I'm going to go out and feed the sheep, I have to walk from my office up to there. I've got to open the garbage can that holds all of the food. I've got to dip in the bucket. Because I've done it so often, I don't pay attention to the strategy. I'm walking up, I'm talking to the sheep. Hey, babies, how are you? I'm in state. So I'm in state that it's already done. This is where gratitude is going to be very effective for you. I want you to write out 10 blessings of how wonderful your January was. And I want you to add the because. I'm so happy and grateful. My January, I did this much in volume. Because, and write out a simple statement, because I have the skills, I have the talent. Here's the thing. This is how your story, this is how every one of your stories is going to rewire you or unwire you, is you've had January has nothing to do with sales. Does it? What was the biggest month, and you don't have to say it out loud, but what was the biggest month you ever had in volume? Make that your January, because you already know how to do that. But see, what instantly happens in all of our minds is, well, yeah, but I had a team and there was an event and there was this. Those are all just excuses of why it happened. The reason it happened is because you were tuned in. So I would encourage you, if it's just too much for you to gather that you can do that amount. I have nothing happening right now. There was nothing happening at any moment in time. There's only one thing happening: somebody getting value. Now, are you okay with two people getting value at the same time? That's called leverage. Are you okay with three people getting value at the same time?
Yeah, of course. And actually, I was thinking that when I started making my first quarter achievements, I was exactly thinking that
Okay, so
that
stop
I
thinking, start feeling. Thinking isn't going to get you there.
okay.
I promise
So
you, it is not. You are going to think yourself into a hole. You have to put the plan in place and then get out of God's way.
how am I going to do that?
You have to be in gratitude. It's already done. You have to be in the state of gratitude.
Okay.
It's already done. And then you have to have absolute faith in that it's already done. Because you have one shred of doubt, the whole thing falls apart. This is the hardest work you will ever do, is having faith in yourself. Because you have a lot of evidence. We all have a lot of evidence that we're not good enough. It's when we decide to be the miracle that we were put here for. This is all about you taking on your best version of you, which freaks people out. I can't. Why am I that good? Oh, really? You're that good? And we crash. Yes, I'm that good. I am so freaking amazing. It's not even funny. And we really have to build this up, because what happens is if we don't start right now, December 25, and you spend every moment thinking, I get to give this. I have this opportunity. I have gifts to share. And you listen, you're going to say it quietly. You start saying it out loud, they're going to go get the white jacket and they're going to have you committed. You've got to do this with love and smiles in your eyes. And here's what's going to happen. There's going to be something today. Listen, I'm only speaking from experience. So let me speak from my experience. I can promise you there are going to be things today, because of the meditation I did this morning and walked myself through my January to my December 2025. There's going to be things today that are going to, I'll be walking by the fence and something may tear my shirt and I'll be like, oh, isn't that fascinating? One of the, who knows, Gizmo may headbutt me and hit my leg. Oh, because if you get mad, if pay attention to today, don't worry about December 2025, worry about December 2024. And if you get mad today, that's a clue. If you can go, imagine what would happen if you go one day. And when I say mad, I'm saying anything that takes you out of your bliss. This is the hardest work you will ever do, until Bob Proctor used to say, do the thing until you don't have to do the thing. Right now, you have to take care of you. And it'll seem selfish. It'll seem myopic. It'll seem that you're not taking care of others. And that's going to be a huge shift, because the challenge is, are you really able to take care of others if you don't hit these goals? I'm talking about January 5th, not the 31st or whatever, however many days are in January. This is truly about gratitude. You will work harder on your gratitude than you've ever worked before, because gratitude only works fully at 100% and not at 99%. This is a frequency. You are about to go boil your success of joy and happiness and it will not work at 211 degrees. You keep putting the wood under the fire and you keep putting this. And how many of you have ever done a cookout outside, like in camping? And the wind was blowing so hard underneath the pot that you couldn't get the pot hot. And you're like, and you took tinfoil and you put it around the flame so that it would boil the pot. That's what you're going to be doing. You've got to get that tinfoil around that flame to stop the wind and doubt and fear and confusion and delay. And I don't know how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? If you keep asking how, you'll never know how. Because your how is never the solution. Your state is the solution. And then the how appears because you'll say, you won't believe what happened.
Wow.
This is truly the most challenging work you will ever do until you realize, oh my God, I just had to get out of my effing way. Fear, frightened, frustrated, fatigued, or the other fear, if you want to use that, but it's one of those 5 fears. So when you decide that, because here's the thing, there's fight, right? The 3 F's, fight, or freeze. What nobody tells you is about this little itty bitty one, right? The itty bitty pinky, freedom. You're going to go through the fight. You're going to go through the flight. I want to run. I'm done. I'm going to do something different. And then you're going to go through the freeze. I can't do this. I don't know. I'm stuck. And once you get there, once you get through all 3 of those, you're like, oh, if I become aware for just long enough, the only thing that can exist now, because I've had the fight, I've had the fright, and I've had the freeze, the only thing left is this little tiny shift, and it becomes freedom. So write your gratitude. Go write 100 gratitudes. You want to get tired? You want to get exhausted? You want to get mad? Hi, this is stupid. You're writing gratitudes. How's that going to be stupid? I promise you, I've had people call me up, cussing me out, going, you're a stupid mentor. Well, I'm sorry. Hello. Good morning. How are you? You told me to write 100 gratitudes about my thing. What number did you get stuck at? Like 18? Yeah. How'd you know? Okay. You can't write 100 things that you're grateful for about the goal you want, and you want the goal to show up? Seriously? You think it's my problem that you can't come up with 100 reasons why you want this goal to exist? Well, nobody's ever told me to do that before. How's that been working for you? How's that been working for you? What do you mean? Do you have your success? No. Jim Rohn would say that's a clue. But you want me to write 100? That's stupid. No, I can't write 100. Okay, you're right. I'm rich. Let's move on.
I will definitely do that.
I promise you.
I have never done that, and I will do that. So thank you for telling me to do that.
You're welcome. Here's the other thing. If you get stuck with a challenge, write out 50 solutions. I don't know how to do this. Write out 50 strategies that would work. 50, not 22, not 65, 50. And I promise you, where do you think the solution is going to show up? What number do you think the solution might show up?
40.
It's at least in the 40s. But you won't get to the 40s because you're like, this is stupid. I can't come up with a solution. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You are in the battle of your life right now. And the life is the old identity versus the new identity. Your new identity is a day old. How old is your old identity? Do the math. Do the math real quick. Get your phone out and do the math. And type it in the chat. How many days old is your old identity? Figure out the number, actual number, get the real number. Take your total number of years and the days and whatever it is and get the number and type it in. I want to see the numbers in the chat. How old is your old story? Alexa, how many days in 59 years? So I got at least 21,000. I probably have 21,580 days versus day one. Good luck. Good luck asking strategy. How am I going to beat 21,000 days? How am I going to beat 21,500 days? The answer is you ain't. So if you keep asking how, everybody keeps asking how, you are going to get your butt kicked because the math doesn't work. The math does not work unless you drop a nuclear bomb. And the nuclear bomb, you want to know what the nuclear bomb is? Gratitude. Not grateful, gratitude. Most people haven't a clue what gratitude is. Look at those numbers. And today you're a day old. Do you think you're going to, there's a chance you might get, somebody might tie your shoelaces together before noon? So I want you to become aware of this. How many of you have just had a big aha that you just became aware of? Can you imagine 27,000 people standing around looking at you? They haven't said a thing. How many of you feel uncomfortable if you're in the shopping center? How many of you, this is for guys, you're standing in the grocery store line or somewhere and people are looking at you and like, is my zipper open? What is it? And you're trying to like turn away and you're like, it's your shirt's buttoned wrong. You're looking to my shirt buttoned wrong. My hat's on side. What? Something. Why are people staring at me? I get that. People stare at me all the time because of my energy. And when you decide to adopt your joyous energy and you decide to go put on your best version of you, listen, maybe it's the first time you put on mascara in a long time. You're like, people are like, whoa, what's the matter with you? Where are you going? What do you mean, where am I going? Well, you got all your makeup on. All you did was put on mascara. Maybe you just put on lipstick. How many of you don't put on lipstick all day? Well, I don't want to do that. That's just, I'm telling you, if that makes you look, go put on your, you know why women love high heels? Because it makes their butt stand out. I don't know, makes their calves.
Makes your legs look long and good.
Good. So go put on your high heels and walk around the house.
I do.
I know, but I'm just saying, others don't. You got to start taking care of you. You got to go look sexy for you. Go put on the thing that makes you feel good. Listen, you don't have to go put it in front. You don't have to go flaunt it.
But I can.
But you can. And there's a difference between flaunting it and showing up in love. Like, look at Princess Diana, right? Whenever we see videos of her with the kids and doing things, she was just her. That's what made her so amazing. She was just her. And everybody knew it. Right? So can you have such an energy, such a frequency about you that people are drawn to you? Can you get so excited about your dream, listen, last night we had friends Christmas Eve dinner. First time we've ever had Christmas Eve with these folks. Their kids are traveling and they're not here and they weren't going anyplace. So we had some folks. I put some of the pictures up in school. It was the best Christmas dinner I'd ever had. Best Christmas, best ever. It was literally the best. And I was so excited. And I was telling everybody, this is the best ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And they're just smiling. They're like, nobody was surprised because it's Sean. That's just things that Sean does. But it was joyous. The food, Michelle cooked food and friends brought food. It was this in this gentleman's boathouse that we've now called Chinook Landings because he used to be one of those twin rotor helicopter pilots in the Army. It was amazing. And everybody was in such joy. I don't know. I looked down and I had my slippers still on because it was not here at the ranch. It's the next door neighbor's place. But so I'm like, maybe it's because I had my slippers on. I was just so comfy. I don't know, but it was the best. So I can promise you, if you look at your math, that's the only battle you need to pay attention to. Did I make it to 2 days old? because this is literally your hero's journey, Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. You have answered your call. You know what the next thing is? Number 2 on the 13 series, 12 series, 18, depending upon which version of it you take. Number 2, first step, first check mark, answer the call. Dun, 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 I am superhero. You know what number 2 is? Refusal of the call. And then people go, I'm going to start over. And they answer the call. Dun, dun, dun. You know what number 2 is? Refusal of the call. And you know why people suffer? Because they can't get past the refusal of the call. They don't make it to day 3. Can you make it to day 2? This is literally the AA version of one day at a time. What happens if you compound? Listen carefully. You know what happens if you compound your old story. You wind up here. What happens if you compound your new story? I don't know. Congratulations, it's someplace other than here. If it's your good story and your good vision and your good energy and you're surrounding yourself with good people, do you really think it's going to be worse? Come on, Buttercup. Do you think it's going to be worse? How could you possibly? What version? It ain't your good version. It ain't your new version that thinks it could be worse, that I got to get out of my comfort zone. It's painful to get out of my comfort zone. Have you lost your ever-loving mind? I don't know why it's so hard to get out of my comfort zone, because it's not a comfort zone. It's a pain zone you've become comfortable with. Wake up, America. You've got to decide that today I'm 1 year old today with 50 years, 40 years, 20 years, 70 years of experience. I am the guru of avatars. I can be 1 day old with 70 years experience. Where at what other time in your life would you ever be able to say, today's day 1 with 50 years experience? Come on. I know how to do this. I can be in state. You are not an infant that you have to depend on anybody. I'm watching these puppies, the Stacy Kirk, the other sheep farm that I go help. His Lucy had puppies, 10 puppies. And they're only 8 days old. And they're starting to move into little pods of each other. Instead of one of them crawled out the other day, and I watched him tumble out of the fence, out of the stall. The straw's up to the 2x4, and he got to the edge of the 2x4, and I said, Stacy, look, we're going to have to close the gate. And he went, boom, and just rolled out. Eyes aren't even open yet. You got your eyes wide open. You have your heart wide open. This thing is still operating under its subconscious influence, expanding, searching its area. It's literally gone 10 times the length of it. That's how far from where it was, where Lucy is and where all the puppies are. It went 10 times its size away and fell out of the fence. You know what wasn't there? Some mother going, no, don't do that. Stop. An ex-lover that says, you're no good. Don't do that. What are you doing? They were born into a beautiful family that they got a friend that I happened to be seeing. I picked him up, gave a little kiss. Puppy breath is the best thing. And I put him back. Are you okay with being guided, with being picked up when you fall down? Oh, you don't need to touch me. Okay, how's that working for you?
I'm okay with that.
So just go start doing your gratitude. If you want to if you want to become drunk on something, go get drunk on gratitude. I don't know if there's a liquor out there called that. So if there is, that's not what I mean. I'm saying the physical expression of gratitude. You will be amazed at what flows into you. Amazed. Promise you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Love you. Have an amazing Christmas day.
I will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Luis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Feliz
Feliz
Navidad. Prospero año nuevo.
Navidad. Uh, the meditation was interesting for me, Sean. Yesterday was a very, very interesting day for me. I'm excited to share those news. Not yet, but they will come. I will need your knowledge for those news.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what will probably be expecting. It'll be very fun. But my meditation it started like I was feeling a little bit anxious at first, and I know it's tied to the same thing that we keep talking about. I'm just not used to taking things slow. I like running and going fast, and me just thinking about slowly January. I was like, all right, January, February, all right, March. I'm like, I still gotta go through all the months. Like, if time will not go either way. April, oof. Oh yeah, I'm doing good, but April, oof, I've been working a lot. And in my head, I was like, I was feeling the real pressure. And you said something that was very key. Imagine just the volume, the biggest volume that you've had before. For me, that was 21 or 22 sales, something like that, in a month, monthly. So I was like, all right, I know the pressure it is to have that volume. It's not super like intolerable, but it just requires me to be very organized. So I was like feeling a little bit of that anxiety of just like, since I'm not super organized, but now I have Candy and she's fully in the business. She's very organized with the stuff I'm not, that the business wise. So that I started feeling like calm again. And it was like this. And I just kept like, no, we're good, we're good. And by the end, I really did feel very relaxed. I did feel like, look, it was a little bit messy, frantic, fast, quick, but you know it was gonna be like that. And I was like so uh I don't know the word, but you said in June that self doubt came again. And it wrote in my wall, uh self love and autoconfianza. I'm forgetting the name in Spanish, in English. Autoconfianza, like self trust,
Mm-hmm.
like myself. That's been really missing. Like, I can trust in you, Sean. I can trust a lot of people. I've learned that I'm really cocky. I trust myself, but at the same time, it's like, but do you really believe in yourself that you can do this? Do you really feel that you're worthy? And that's where
Well,
I
the
like
difference is the difference is that it's not trust, it's significance.
significance.
And significance and certainty is why you have pain. Because you weren't listen, you were sitting in a room that you've sat in before and you were getting anxious. So is it safe to say it has nothing to do with the room?
The room you mean in
Right now, where you're sitting, you are having thoughts in a room you know is safe. How could you get anxious in a room you know is safe? It's called neuroencoding. You have a response to thoughts, and your response is what kills you. And you have very little confidence in yourself, but you have a lot of cockiness in yourself, and which is significance. You
and
are
you
you are sure, 100% sure in who you are, which means when you have these dreams, you can't be that because that's uncertainty. And in the uncertainty, you get anxious. Now, if you imagine if you ever been on a jet ski?
Of course.
Do you ever go fast on a jet ski?
Of course.
How did you not hit something?
Grabbing onto the, well, there's really not a lot you can crash onto, just another
So
jet.
let me ask you this, with that same expression, imagine your dreams on a jet ski. There's really not a lot I can crash into. Why am I getting upset? You keep looking for it. You're trying to go full throttle inside the marina. I wouldn't do that. Get out into the ocean. There's no thing, you may hit a fish. There may be a piece of a twig or something in the water, but you're looking for it and you'll see it and you can adjust around it. Why don't you get nervous when you go fast on a jet ski? Because you know there's not a lot to hit. How could you get frustrated with your dreams? There's not a lot to hit. Unless you look for it. You've got to become, all of us have to become comfortable with the uncertainty. But if our vibrations are strong enough, the uncertainty is things we've never experienced before, which is what we're really looking for. And the challenge is you're going to go have conversations like this with other people and go, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's hard. And you're going to go, oh, see, I don't have to be 2 days old. I can go back to being 1 day old. And that'll be the pain for all of you. Is when you get to day 15 and day 16 and things are starting to go and you're like, I have no idea where I'm at. You're not going to call. You're not going to text me. You're not going to say I'm scared. And you're going to go back to day 1 and you're going to yell at me going, this isn't working. And I'm going to say to you, how's that working for you? You're going to have a level of accountability you've never had before because you have to do this every single day. Listen, how many of us have ever heard of cheat days in weightlifting or in our wellness, right? It's a cheat day. There are no cheat days in your dream. My mentor would tell me when you're in a gold mine, there is no time for a coffee break. You are going to work the hardest you've ever worked. You're going to work the longest you've ever worked, and you're going to be the most mad you've ever worked until you can get over it today. But some of you have got this chip on your shoulder that it's got to be tough. And I'm going to encourage you, enjoy the ride because it's going to get tough. Some of you are going to say, if I truly believe in law of attraction, it kind of makes sense then that I need to draw to me what I need to draw to me. I just need, but I've never been there before. So you've got to work in your visual, and this is where vision casting comes in. You've got to work your vision into the vibration of what you see. And here's the thing, once you get into the vibration, the universe can deliver you any strategy. And typically the universe has a better strategy in store for you than you do. Because you'll get to say, you won't believe what happened. Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened. Wheezy makes a call 2 days ago. 1,000 kids get toys. Are you kidding me? You won't believe what happened. She was trying to think of 4 or 5 people she could call and get a toy. She's, who can I call to come down and get a toy? Makes one phone call and they send trucks. What?
And what joy that is today. Hi, Sean. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody. I want to thank you. This was additional fuel for me in that, yeah, I'm just a day old, couple days old, but I have all this experience. I'm not too old. I have massive experience. It's fuel. And I'm feeling so fueled. It's another thing that I can just be reminded of. And it's made such a big difference. I went, oh my goodness, another bit. Thank you. It's like this beautiful Christmas gift. I just opened up and this explosion happened.
And then give it a name for every day. Because what we do is we get tied to the season. Christmas, it's a great Christmas gift. And then it'll be It'll be a great New Year's gift. And then what? It's a great President's Day gift.
Oh, I see. Oh, that kind of name.
So
Okay.
take this. So take it for every day. It's the January 2nd gift of my life. Oh my gosh, this is
Beautiful.
amazing.
Absolutely.
And you know what's going to happen? Because we speak of good, we get bored of good. Craziest thing I ever understood. I still don't quite understand it, but how could we get bored of good?
I guess, wow, I never thought of that.
Shocking. That's why I'm on this side of the screen. You're over.
Yes. Well, and preparing us all for that
So
thought
if
that could
we get bored of good and we're trained to be good, what happens to the person we're about to go serve?
yeah. Wow.
Which is why I work on. So how can I be of service? Most people are like, I don't know. But wouldn't we both be curious to find a solution to that? The reason that I can do what I do is because I don't raise the walls of what you don't. I speak about what you do want, not what you don't want. Well, why talk to people about money? They want money. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to admit they don't have money. They don't want to admit that they need you. Well, that's 3-1 right now. They don't want to have to admit that their mother told them they wouldn't amount to anything. They don't want to admit that their ex-lover used to tell them that all they do is take money. I don't know what the stories are. So rather than talk about all the things that I know you don't want, I can get on board with the thing you do want. And remember, we activate the amygdala. I get you scared just one time, you become 25% less smart. Now I'm having a conversation with a goofball. I'm not that good. Go for no. The sale doesn't start until the no starts. I get it, but you have to allow them to know and not force them to know. You force them to know, game over. This one of those things, you're talking to an idiot.
Oh, have I heard that before?
So
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
You're-
This has been an amazing morning. I'm so glad I joined.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone
Have a
else? Last thoughts,
magical
comments?
day.
Yeah. Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways. Okay. Go enjoy your Christmas. You are a present. You are a gift to so many. Let them unwrap the present and be present with them. Take a moment. Cup their face in your hands. Just do something out of the normal to make it extraordinary. And you'll feel that feeling. That's the thing I want. Is the reason I got so excited last night and I was being goofy and loud going, this is so amazing, right? It's so fluffy. Is because I want that energy. I know I can replay that message in my head. It was for all, but it was really for me. The things I do when I go excited level 10 is for me to know that I'm part of something that I'm creating that is becoming better. All of these things happen. They came together for this perfect moment. And it's happening because I get to. And it's fun to get to, not have to. All right, everybody. I love you tons. Merry Christmas. Thank you for spending your morning with me. What a gift you are to me each and every day. Not today, just today, but every day. And I'm honored to have that. I'm your head brain training, unwrapping Christmas present misfit. I will see you all where?
At the next event.
At the next event. Right, Beamish? Yes. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. I always love that robe. Mr. Chambers and some Lydias.
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us all, especially on this day. And some queen of vision casting and present giving, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss lady.
Boss Lee, we love you, girl. And how about some Fifi? Gurgly.
Gurgly.
Good girl.
We love you. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the morrow. Happy and fun and filled with eggnog. Till then, bye for now.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
everybody.
Love you all.
Hugs
Love
to
you
Heidi.
guys.
Bye for now.